guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tupo. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe, like, comment, give me a thumbs up, guys. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way you can achieve jumbo box braids. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, please continue watching. Alright guys, my hair is already washed and moisturized. I'm going to be using my rat tail comb, my shine and jam, my yarn. Yes, we're using yarn today instead of rubber band, sis, and my X-pression hair to achieve this look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sectioning my hair from ear to ear, just a straight line, exactly the way I'm doing, okay? And then once I'm done, I'm just going to secure the hair in the back, and I'm going to start working with the front first. I'm going to take my rat tail comb again and then section my hair in the middle, exactly the way I'm doing, taking my shine and jam, applying it to the center right there just to make sure the line is really nice and clean and sleek or whatever. I'm going to be securing all 4 sections with the scrunchie, just so you know, I know how many sections I'm working with. So together I have 4 sections, sis. Then I'm just going to go from the section where I have in the front right there. I'm just going to go down and then section the back as well. I'm going to start working with 1 box at a time. As you guys can see, I have 4 sections all together. I'm just going to pull out my baby hairs in the front. That way, when I'm done, we're looking cute out here in the streets. I'm just going to take my yarn and then I'm just going to take out a section. Okay, so I'm just going to measure how much I want to use and then just use your scissors to cut it, and you guys are going to see how we're going to be using this yarn. Okay. Anyway, so once I do that, I'm just going to take my shine and jam and applying it to my natural hair. As you guys can see, my natural hair is really thick. So what I do is I go into little sections as well, just to make sure, you know, the sleekness is really nice and, you know, juicy. So that, you know, I don't have any lumps or bumps or whatever in between. All right, so if you have thick hair like me, sis, this is the technique that you want to do. Just make sure you go into sections and make sure you're slicking this whole section down, period. And once I'm done, I'm just going to take my yarn and then, you know, I have a little piece on the top right there, and then I'm just going to start going around exactly the way I'm doing. 1 little piece on the top, and then the other one, I'm just going to start going around, making sure I'm going really nice and tight, but not way too tight that you're going to give yourself a headache, sis. And then once you're done, you're just going to take those little 2 pieces and then tie that into a little knot. And then once I'm done, I'm just going to cut the remaining of the yarn off. I'm going to take the shine and jam and apply it to the yarn, you know, and just slick it down to my natural hair. That way it is really nice and sleek. Take the braiding hair out of the pack, so I'm going to take it exactly the way it comes. It does come with a rubber band secured to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the hair on the other side of my head, exactly the way I'm doing. So I'm just going to secure the hair on my head using the same rubber band that it comes with. So I'm going to secure it about 4 or 5 times, and then once I'm done, I'm just going to section my natural hair into 2 and then give it a little tug. Take a little bit more of the shine and jam and apply it to these little 2 sections of my natural hair that I have separated, sis. And I'm just going to leave this alone because, you know, I'm going to have 2 braids. So I'm going to have one piece of the natural hair with 1 braid and then the other piece with the other braid. I'm going to section out a little piece of the braiding hair from one of the sections and then place it on top of my head, because we're going to be using that later on, sis. And then I'm going to take half of the braiding hair and secure it to the back. That way I only have 1 section to work with. Okay, sis? So that's all I'm doing right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to section the hair into 3, like I'm trying to do a traditional braid. And then I'm going to take my natural hair and just secure it with one of the sections, right? Just make sure you secure your natural hair inside the braiding hair and then start braiding all the way down, exactly the way I'm doing. Very, very easy, very beginner friendly. Anybody can actually do this. But while we're still talking, sis, have you subscribed to my channel? Don't forget to turn on your notification button so you do not miss out on any uploads, because this channel is getting what? Juicy! Yes, sis! Today's shout out goes to each and every one of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you for all the love. I cannot believe we are here today. Let's get to 1 million subscribers, because baby, at this point it is up from here. But make sure you're sharing these videos with your cousin, your bestie, your mama, and your aunt. Once I get to the end of the braid, I'm just gonna take a little piece and tie that into a knot about twice, and that way it is nice and secure. That way it does not unravel. Anyway, so once I'm done with the first one, I'm just gonna go and take the hair clip out and then do the second braid. So I have two braids, so I only have one little piece on the top right there. Anyway, so I'm just gonna take out the little piece of the braiding hair, you know, another little section of the braiding hair from the hair right here, and then place it on the top. So together I have two little sections, and they're are going to be combined, and we're going to do something that way, you know, it looks like Miss Tupo knows what she's doing. Okay. And then I'm going to section the braiding hair into three, like I'm about to do a traditional braid, and then I'm going to take my natural hair and tuck it into one of the pieces of the braiding hair, sis, and then just start braiding down. When I tell you this is easy, you better believe me. When I tell you a beginner can actually do this, when I tell you if you have never done braids in your life, you better try this tutorial right here. You better try this technique right here, because baby, when I tell you it is going to come all the way through, and I mean this, when I tell you, I vouch for this style right here, okay? I vouch for it. And you can actually do this on your sister, on your mama. You can do this on anybody, and it is going to come all the way through, period. And then the little piece that I had secured on the head, so from both sides I had two little pieces right on top right there. I'm just going to combine those. I'm just going to use my brush, you know, and brush the hair, okay, the braiding hair, and then I'm going to start going around making sure I'm giving this a little grip, okay? This is just to make sure my braid is nice and secure. This is to make sure my braid looks good. This is to make sure the braid looks natural as possible, okay? Then we're going to do the other braid. So exactly the same thing, sis. I'm just going to take my shine and jump, apply it to my natural hair, making sure it is really nice and sleek, sectioning my hair into little sections as I go along. That way my hair does not look bulky. That way my hair looks really nice and sleek, because you know my 4C hair is a little harder to sleek down. So just make sure you're going into sections as you're sleeking down, sis. And then you're going to section out a little piece of the yarn again, and then place it on the head. You want to keep a little piece on the top part right there, and then start going round, making sure you're going nice and tight, but not way too tight that you're going to give yourself a headache or break your natural hair. And then once you're done, you're just going to take those little two pieces and then tie that into a little knot. That way, you know, it is nice and secure. You can actually tie it twice. You're just going to take your scissors and cut the excess yarn away, and take my shine and jam and make sure I am gelling it down. You know, I'm slicking down my yarn with my natural hair. That way it does not show once I'm braiding down. And then I'm going to do the same exact technique. I'm just going to take my braiding hair, place it on my head on the opposite side, and then I'm going to, you know, secure it with the rubber band that it comes with, you know, 4 or 5 times. That way it is nice and secure. Section my hair into two, give it a little tug, and take my shine and jam and apply it to both pieces of my natural hair. I'm just going to flip the braiding hair down, section the hair into two equal pieces, right? I'm just going to take my hair clip and secure one piece all the way to the back right there. I'm going to section out a little piece of the braiding hair, placing it on my head exactly the way I'm doing, sectioning the braiding hair into 3, using one of the pieces of the braiding hair to tuck in my natural hair, and then start braiding down, sis. Okay, so that is all I'm doing right there. Very, very simple, very beginner friendly. Anybody can actually do this. Make sure you share my videos, sis, so they can actually do these tutorials as well, okay? They can actually learn how to braid, style, and do a whole lot with their natural hair, because baby, there's so many occasions that you want to go to, and sometimes you just don't know what to do. Better make sure you check out all these videos right here, because I have a whole lot of videos that you guys can check out and look cute, baby. I'm just going to take a little piece of the braiding hair and go around and tie this into a little knot. That way, you know, the hair does not unravel. I'm actually going to tie twice, because I do not want this, you know, to unravel or anything. I want to work once, and that's about it. Section out a little piece of the braiding hair and place it on the top exactly the way I did with the other braid. And then I'm going to section the braiding hair into 3, like I'm about to do a traditional braid. And then I'm going to take my natural hair and tuck it into one of the pieces of the braiding hair, sis, and then just start braiding down. When I tell you this is easy, you better believe me. Baby, we're trying to do this 30-minute style, and we are out where? The door, okay? This right here is easy. You can actually do this and be done and be cute. And you know, people are going to be looking at you like, sister, what are you doing? Who did this? And you're going to be like, me. Yes, me. Because I watched Tupo1's tutorials. And once I get to the bottom, I'm just going to take a little bit of the braiding hair and then use this and tie a little knot. I'm just going to use my brush, and brush the hair, okay, the braiding hair. And then I'm going to start going around, making sure I'm giving this a little grip, okay? This is just to make sure my braid is nice and secure. That is how you are going to make it look realistic. Like, the braid is really nice and sleek or whatever. So I'm going to do the third one and the fourth one exactly the same way. It is easy, sis. When I tell you, you can actually do the back as well. It is so easy. Oh my gosh. But make sure your natural hair is not showing. Your natural hair is out of the way. And I wanted to do this style because, baby, I love braids. And I just want to show you guys different ways that you can achieve box braids. You don't have to do traditional braids all the time. You can actually do these tutorials right here, these techniques right here, and the braids are going to come all the way through, sis. Okay? That is all I'm doing right here. This technique right here is easy. It is simple. Just gonna section the hair into two and give it a little tug. That way it is nice and snug, but not way too tight, sis. I keep on saying this because I don't want anybody saying, Tupo, I broke my natural hair. Because listen, you told me to tie this hair too tight. No, sis, we are trying to grow this hair. We are not trying to break the hair. So make sure it is tight, but not way too tight that it's uncomfortable. If you are going on a date, wedding, whatever, you can actually find these styles on my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well, sis. I'm just going to take a little piece of the braiding hair from the corner of the braid and then use that and tie a little knot. That way my braid does not unravel. So I'm going to secure that about twice, okay? I'm going to section out a little piece of the braiding hair and place it on the top exactly the way I did with the other braid. And then I'm going to section the braiding hair into three like I'm about to do a traditional braid, and then just start braiding down. When I tell you this is easy, you better believe me. When I tell you a beginner can actually do this, if you have never done braids in your life, you better try this tutorial right here. You better try this technique right here. All right, so once I'm done braiding all the way down, I'm just going to take those two little pieces that I had secured on the top. I'm going to start going around on the braid just to make sure it is nice and tight. That is going to be like my little base, okay? That way it looks real. Once I'm done braiding, you already know I got to take my scissors and cut all the flyaways, okay? And then I'm just going to take my mousse and make sure everything is nice and laid, sis. You have to lay this hair down. It should look really nice, okay? So together, sis, I have 8 braids in my hair. So once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna take my Kiss Edge Fixer and make sure I lay these baby hairs using the brush that I got from where? Amazon. You already know what it is by now. Once I'm done laying the baby hairs, I'm going to be using our silk scarf. This is the Hardy Black, okay? And this is one of our scarves. We have a whole lot of scarves, sis. We have a whole lot of scarves. You better make sure you check us out. Buy a scarf or two. Support a sister. Once I'm done, I'm just gonna take my water. This is hot water. Make sure the water is really nice and hot. That way you can seal those in. So that's all I'm doing. Making sure you are very careful because this water is hot, 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 okay? And baby, when I tell you, these braids came all the way through. Yes, sis, I am living for these easy peasy jumbo box braids. And let me know if you guys are feeling it. Let me know if you guys are going to be trying it. Let me know if this style is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let me know if you think these braids are killing it. Okay. You already know I cannot be the accessorizing queen without adding some accessories. So here we go. I'm just gonna add these gold accessories here and there, and baby, these accessories took the braids all the way to boom 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 100. Let me know if you guys are feeling it. Let me know if you guys are going to be trying this. Let me know if you guys think this is a hot style right here, because baby, I am feeling myself right about now. This is easy. When I tell you this is one of the easiest tutorials that I've ever done, you better believe me. And you already know I gotta give you another way you can rock these braids right here. I'm just gonna take one piece and start going round into a bun kind of situation. And once I get to the end right there, I'm just gonna tuck that in, take my bobby pin and secure it. And baby, when I tell you these buns came all the way through. Yes, sis. Let me know if you guys are loving it. Let me know if you guys are going to be trying this. for watching my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for all the love. I cannot believe we are here today. Oh my gosh, you guys are the real MVPs. You already know how I feel about each and every one of you guys. But make sure you're sharing these videos with your cousin, your bestie, your mama, and your aunt. Because sharing is caring. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.